So today I'm just going to give you on how to wipe this device clean. So ideally you can tell that this device is already enrolled with our tenant through the iOS dep enrollment profile that I've set up. So this one's right here, this iOS phone that's pointing that you can see. That's that, and if I go closer, that's actually this phone right there. So what I'm going to do, and it's currently enrolled at the moment, so I'm just going to wipe it. And when you wipe it, it will actually return the phone to factory reset. So I click yes on that, and it will initiate the wipe. And ideally, this phone here will pick up the policy, and it will just start resetting. So you can see right there, it's resetting the device. As you can see right here. So we'll let it reset. That takes time. And ideally, this would be the same purpose for any new devices out there. So if any devices that we order from JB Hi-Fi, Alex from JB Hi-Fi will actually upload the serial numbers straight into our Apple School Manager. And then that way, it will be sitting in a profile, which I'll show you soon. So let me put this back here again. And we'll wait out just to make sure that you get a clear understanding of what's happening. So that's that. And with the Apple School Manager that I was talking about early on, that serial number that I had sits right here. So I'll copy this, and if I bring it to Apple School Manager, you can see right here that it's on the settings. We've got a number of MDM servers, and the default one that I've put in place is the all iOS dep enrollment. So this will apply to all your iPhones, your iPads and whatnot. So you can tell that the default device assignment is set to iPad, iPhone, iPod. So if I was to show devices, all I have to do is simply search against the one I have. So this is the iPhone that I have. This is mine actually. So as it was actually purchased by myself, I had to use the Apple configurator there to actually import it into the school Apple Manager, and then obviously through dep as well. So obviously this MDM server will talk straight back to it here. And if we were to search for this on, again, back into Endpoint Manager, and if I just refresh, you'll see that now it's gone, it's no longer there. So once we actually get through this process, where we'll see this eventually. So ideally, we're just going to see this here. I'll pull the cable off now. So we'll let it power through, usual. And yeah, so this would be the same process, which is pretty straightforward. And you can see that under here, under the enrollment program token, that I have a device. So all the devices are here. So that Apple School Manager, which I had up here originally, this this profile itself is actually synced up. So all these devices here will all show up under all iOS dep enrollment profile in Intune. So that's the whole point of it. So if I was to search for this one, for example, and I went through, if I were to copy the serial number of this, and I went to find it, it will be there. So you can tell that it has a serial number, what kind of platform it is, the details of the actual information. Is it removed from ABN or ASM, profile sign, last contact. So this iPad is the one that I have with me as well. So now that has been done. So this is ideally what you'll get for a device. And we'll just click hello. And obviously in this case be English, Australia, and this device doesn't have a SIM card, so I'm purely just going to connect to my home Wi-Fi for this. And it will come up with quick start. So with the iPhone SE, for example, it will just show up with quick start. So set mainly, I'll connect to my home Wi-Fi obviously, and I'll type in the password. And join. Okay. And it will take a few minutes to activate your phone. Obviously, you don't really need SIM to do this. As long as you have Wi-Fi or some source of network to activate that phone, then you're good to go. So going back to that iPhone I had before. So it will retrieve the configuration, which is actually from the Navitas Limited itself. Yep, and you can tell right here, remote management. And you can tell right there, so Navitas Limited will automatically configure your phone. So what does that mean? It means that the administrator for Navitas Limited to set up emails and network accounts, install and configure apps, and manage this iPhone setting. So there's more information about it if you want to click on it. Click next on this. And it will install the configuration from Navitas Limited. So with this one, with this profile, there's actually no user infinity. That means where a user, so if IT got this device, IT would simply just have to go through these steps, as shown in this video right there. If I had user infinity enabled, that means I would have IT or the end user would have to actually enter the first the user details. So that would be a bit annoying. So in this case, it's simply just typing so with the passcodes, I made it to 6 digits instead of 4 digits, just to be a bit more secure. And here I'm just going to use my passcode. And next I'll just tell you to keep your iPhone up to date, and I'll do it manual for now because this is just pretty much a personal phone I have, and location devices enabled. And that's it, get started. So ideally that's all done. You can see that all the apps are there, so I get downloading. If I go to settings, and you can tell that you can see right there, this iPhone is supervised and managed by Navitas Limited. So you can click on that link as well. I won't show you that bit, and what I want to just show here is that we're just going to go searching in Intune again, so the endpoint manager, and what I'm going to just simply type is DNTNG, which is the serial number, JTHG5. And then okay, seems like it hasn't picked it up. So, and what we do is just going to go here. So that's right. Yep. What I want to really show you here is so I don't have the serial number, I don't have an iPhone, but what I want to really show you is actually go to so under general you see device management. You see the management profile. You can see that it's managed by Navitas Pty Ltd. You click on this, and obviously you can see that it's applied all the different types of profiles. So the management profile, the device identity certificate, or the trust roots for Intune. So obviously any device that's managed by Intune, these are types of certificates you get. You get this as well. So with the iPhone, if you want to actually update your time or your phone, so I'll just call it Bird's Test, or Bird's personal phone, personal. So this that way it's easy to clarify. So if we went back to Intune again, and we just decided to search for this again, and now you can see that it's showing up. So it had to register, so give it some time. So just click on this again. You can tell that's my serial number. It doesn't have a compliance yet because I haven't put that one in yet, but ideally you have lots of stuff to play around with. Retire means if you don't want this so if this device was purchased outright by or staff member wants to purchase this device, we obviously retire it, obviously remove it from the Apple School Manager. We can wipe it as I showed you guys earlier on. Delete is simply just delete the object from showing up. Remote lock. So if I want to do a remote lock, for example, this is what you see. So I click yes, and it will initiate one, and obviously I'm pretty sure the phone will just get locked. So yeah, there you go. So right, so there's different types of features. The sync, obviously, if we were to push out any applications, that will sync as well. Remove passcode, which obviously if you don't want to use, if you don't remove a passcode, for example, and someone is like a handy down from another user who forgot to give us the stuff. Restart supervise. So when you restart this device, users will not be automatically notified of restart and might lose. So that means if a device has been lost or can't find it, that's a good way to do it. The shutdown supervise as well does the same thing, but so obviously it has its reasons why. you can put disable activation lock. So if you disable activation lock, this device becomes lost or stolen. Anyone will be able to use it. So you should disable this feature on the device that's currently lost or stolen. So once you disable the activation lock, the device turns on activation lock again, and then when the Find My app is launched. So that's available there. The other options you have is revert licenses lost mode. So for example, if you lost your device, for example, you can enable it, and then that way this will actually show up, and this will actually disable all the features on the actual device. So we can just try to give it a shot, because I know this is beneficial to what we need. And I'll go hello global service testing, and I'll just call 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, just testing. So click OK. So lost mode initiated. So obviously you can tell it's got the lost iPhone. So hello global service testing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So obviously you can tell at the bottom right there goes bring your device to the administrator to unlock it. So and to unlock it, we would have to simply just go to yep. So obviously you lock your phone that way. And obviously to actually remove it, yeah, it will be a pain. So we can try this restart. And obviously I just started with restart supervised only. That has actually triggered the restart. And you see right there, it's actually restart pending, which is great. So you can tell there's a lot of stuff in there. So the logs that was go enable lost mode supervised only failed. So it will say things like that. And it's something that if you really want to manage your iPhones, this is probably the way to go. Thank you.